What's up, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story that's been making waves in the comedy world, a hilarious collision of two comedic giants. We're talking about the one and only Sebastian Maniscalco and his reaction to a spot-on impression by a Saturday Night Live star. If you love comedy, you know these moments are pure gold. It's when one great comedian pays tribute to another, and the results are always unforgettable. So, who did the impression? How did Sebastian react? And what does it all mean for the comedy scene? Stick around, because we're breaking it all down. First, let's set the stage. Sebastian Maniscalco. The name itself brings a certain energy to mind, right? He's not just a comedian, he's a phenomenon. For years, he's been selling out arenas, from Madison Square Garden to the United Center. His style is a masterclass in physical comedy and observational humor. He prowls the stage, his body contorting with every punchline, his eyes wide with disbelief at the absurdity of everyday life. He talks about his Italian-American upbringing, the differences between his generation and his parents, and the baffling social customs of today. He the guy who looks at a dinner party and sees a battlefield of social faux pas. His comedy is relatable because he taps into that inner voice we all have, the one that screams, "Why are people like this?" He's built an empire on being bewildered, and we absolutely love him for it. Now, enter the other side of this story, Saturday Night Live. SNL has been the launch pad for countless comedy legends for decades. Getting an impression done of you on SNL is a cultural milestone. It means you've made it. It's a sign that your personality, your mannerisms, and your voice are so distinct that they've become part of the public consciousness. Think of Dana Carvey as George H.W. Bush or Kate McKinnon as, well, just about anyone. These impressions aren't just mimicry, they're iconic comedic performances in their own right. So, when SNL decides to feature an impression of a comedian, it's a huge deal. It's the comedy world's version of getting your portrait hung in a gallery. The SNL cast member at the center of this is the incredibly talented Pete Davidson. Now, Pete's comedy journey is fascinating. He joined SNL at just 20 years old, one of the youngest cast members ever. His style is completely different from Sebastian's. Pete is known for his laid-back, self-deprecating humor, often drawing on his own life experiences, struggles, and anxieties. He's the king of Weekend Update segments where he just gets real with the audience. But what many people might not realize is Pete's range. He can do these hilarious, over-the-top characters and, as we're about to see, some seriously good impressions. He has a keen eye for detail and can capture the essence of a person in a way that's both funny and affectionate. So, the moment happened during an SNL sketch. Pete Davidson, fully transformed, stepped out as Sebastian Maniscalco, and when I say transformed, I mean it. It wasn't just the voice or the accent, it was everything. Pete had the posture down pat that's slightly lean forward, the energetic pacing. He had the hand gestures, the expressive Italian "what are you gonna do?" shrug. He nailed the facial expressions, especially Sebastian's signature look of utter exasperation. The sketch itself was a brilliant setup, placing Sebastian in a situation ripe for his brand of outrage, complaining about modern-day annoyances with that perfect Maniscalco cadence and rhythm. The audience in Studio 8H was roaring, but the real question on everyone's mind was, what did the real Sebastian think? Well, we didn't have to wait long to find out. Sebastian addressed the impression on his popular podcast, The Pete and Sebastian Show, which he co-hosts with fellow comedian Pete Coro. This is where it gets really good. You might think a comedian of his stature could be critical or territorial about an impression, but Sebastian's reaction was the complete opposite. He was genuinely flattered and impressed. He talked about watching the sketch and just laughing. He said, and I'm paraphrasing here, that he was blown away by the level of detail Pete Davidson put into it. He pointed out specific things Pete did, like the way he held his hands or his specific vocal inflections when he gets worked up. Sebastian recognized that Pete didn't just do a surface-level caricature. He studied him. He understood the mechanics of his comedy. Sebastian explained that seeing the impression was a surreal, out-of-body experience. It's one thing to know you're famous, but it's another to see yourself reflected back at you through the lens of another talented artist. He mentioned that his phone blew up right after the sketch aired, with friends and family all sending him clips and telling him he had to see it. He praised Pete's talent, calling him a phenomenal comedian and actor. It was a moment of pure class and respect. He didn't just laugh at it. He analyzed it as a fellow craftsman and gave Pete his props. He understood the honor that comes with being parodied on a platform like SNL. It was a sign of respect from the comedy community. This whole interaction highlights something really special about the world of stand-up. While it can be a competitive field, there's also a deep-seated fraternity and respect among comedians. They appreciate the craft. They know how hard it is to get on stage and make people laugh night after night. So when one comedian successfully captures the essence of another, it's seen as a tribute. Sebastian's reaction wasn't just humble. It was a testament to his security in his own comedic identity. He has set a point in his career where he can enjoy seeing his influence on a new generation of comics. He even joked about how Pete looked more like him than he does. Let's dig a little deeper into why Pete's impression was so effective. It's because he captured the why behind Sebastian's comedy. Sebastian's humor is built on a foundation of a specific worldview, one that values tradition, common sense, and a certain old-school way of doing things. He's constantly baffled by the modern world's lack of etiquette and basic logic. Pete's impression wasn't just about mimicking the voice, it was about channeling that perspective. He delivered the lines with the same genuine sense of disbelief and frustration that makes Sebastian's act so powerful. He understood that Sebastian isn't just complaining. He's fighting a losing battle against a world he no longer recognizes, and that's where the comedy gold lies. The fan reaction to this has been overwhelmingly positive. Social media was flooded with clips of Pete's impression alongside clips of Sebastian's actual stand-up, with fans marveling at the accuracy. Comments were filled with things like, "He didn't just play Sebastian, he became Sebastian." And "This is the best impression I've seen on SNL in years." It also introduced a whole new audience to Sebastian's work. People who might have only known Pete Davidson from SNL were suddenly looking up Sebastian Maniscalco's specials on Netflix. It was a win-win for everyone involved. It elevated Pete's status as a versatile performer and reinforced Sebastian's place as a comedy icon whose style is instantly recognizable. What's even cooler is the potential this opens up. Now everyone wants to see them together. Can you imagine a sketch where Pete's Sebastian meets the real Sebastian? The comedic possibilities are endless. It could be a weekend update segment, a movie, or even just a guest spot on Sebastian's podcast. The chemistry is already there, built on mutual respect. This moment created a bridge between two different generations and styles of comedy. It showed that the new school appreciates the old school, and the old school is happy to pass the torch, or at least share the stage. In a world that can often feel divided, moments like this are a refreshing reminder of the power of laughter and mutual respect. Sebastian Maniscalco's gracious and enthusiastic reaction to Pete Davidson's brilliant impression is a masterclass in how to handle being in the spotlight. He didn't see it as a mockery. He saw it as an honor, a high five from another professional. It was a perfect comedy feedback loop. A comedian's life becomes material for his act becomes iconic. Another comedian brilliantly impersonates that iconic act, and the original comedian celebrates the impersonation. It's beautiful, isn't it? This whole event wasn't just a funny TV moment. It was a celebration of the art of comedy itself. It reminds us why we love these performers. They observe the world, they make us laugh, and sometimes they even make each other laugh. And that's a pretty great thing. What do you guys think? Did you see the impression? Were you as blown away as Sebastian was? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What's your favorite SNL impression of all time? I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of comedy, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content. We'll see you in the next one.